It's currently 6/1/23, roughly 22:52, and I was just pondering, like, it's mostly for I guess only for the Christians and Jews, Israelites, Muslims, etc. I was asking the question, like, everybody hype about the return of the anointed one, the Christ, the chosen. How would you know this energy when you saw it? How would you be able to identify it? Would you welcome it into your house for dinner? Would you welcome it into your circles of inner friendness? Chill, come over and smoke some weed with you and hang out? Would you want it to come over and stay with you just to see how you get down together? It's crazy because my man Isaiah, my man Isaiah 52, I say starting at 13, states, "Behold, my servant shall deal prudently, and he shall be exalted and extolled and very high." 14 says, "As many were astonished at his visage was marred, and more than any man, and his form more than the son of man." And 15, "So shall he sprinkle many nations." I might have the wrong one. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. That was Isaiah 53. 3 says, "He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief." So they're all hype about Jesus. That's my other video I made. It was deleted. It was like, when I say they all hype about it was centered around Easter, like how everybody all hype about going to Easter, but yet they don't want to hear the word as it is in true form. It's like, why are you going to church for if you don't want to practice the laws? And on top of that, how do you know him when you see him? Do you think you'll be associated with him, or how do it even proves it? Because, like, dudes hate correction. It says the fool hates correction. So when it comes, do you not think that it will be attempting to do what it did the first time and correct people and get them on the right path? And you see how dudes hate, like, this new cancel culture. I saw a video I made. Cancel culture is like the modern day Roman church. If you don't agree with their views, then you gotta go. So these dudes, they can't even take a little criticism and will lynch the fuck out of you and make you lose your job because they don't like something you said. So how would they treat the chosen or the anointed one when that's all he basically was doing was, as he said, correct your brethren? So I was just pondering that, but also reading up on a lot of spiritual work. Like, two books. I try to give dudes the energy work. With the Waking Horror, how you can feel someone's energy and whatever. It gives a lighter version. You ever walk into a room and feel somebody staring at you? I mean, that's a lower level, but that's what I was pondering. Like, how was the anointed and his disciples able to heal somebody? And then even when that, you read Dr. Mawada Ashby's book, how they or probably was that John, same book where he talk about the Kemetic teachings, where they never used surgery unless it was necessary. They had, like, I know in Kemet they had pyramids that had certain rooms that were linked to certain elements. So depending on your sickness and your illness or whatever was going on, they would put you in that frequency using tuning forks, use different type of frequency adjustments. And then if that didn't work, then they would have to have surgery, but surgery was always the last choice. So when you read Yahushua or Jesus, Last of the Pharaohs, I believe even the Holy Grail, they always talk about him. Even in the Bible, it says he went to Kemet. It says he goes to Kemet probably between 8 and 10, and doesn't come out of Kemet until like damn near 18, I believe, if not older. And it shows like, see, it looks like the caper and the gas. It gives an idea of what was happening that he was down there. It says he was initiated into the Asaurian cult and learned all the hidden mysteries. So, the movie The Man That Came from Earth, and my man Billy Carson talked about how he went to India and learn from as it says, the Buddha was 1,000 years before Christ. GPS signal lost. So it says he learned the deep meditation and healing practices through your chi. So if you combine all of that, it's not hard to understand how you can heal somebody. Like I said, I can feel people's chi depending on, like, you can feel sickness, you can feel the anger. And like I said, just me, 11 years, June 1st, 11 years celibate. Woo! God, Jesus. 500 days of juice fasting in the past 6 years. Vegetarian on and off. It's been 5 or 6 months now, but even over the past 10 years, at least 4 to 5 years. So, on top of that, like doing this, well, I don't do it right now, but doing the elevations, and not to mention my request from the multiverse, which I can't speak on, but still. So I would say I have been put in tune with the multiverse, or the source, what they would call God, Chi, and align myself as much as possible and still have a way to go. But I would say I'm at a lower level. This is why I said this is why they all watching me, because it's a form of an anointed one, or the chosen. Like I said, they try to come at me. Tell your celebrities to stop hiding out in their secret residence. Start living among the common people. Start walking among the common people every day, etc. And by the end of the year, let's see where their mental level is at. Not to mention all of your public servants. They're acting like what's happened to me is such a normal thing. You see, the gods or the higher up know. Like I said, that's what I was saying too. They probably got certain technology where they can read someone's aura or chi, so they would be able to understand who's who and who's a threat and who's not. But they're acting like my privacy being violated is such a normal thing, and trying to throw shade because I'm having a natural, intelligent reaction that none has violation of criminal activities. But yet there's celebrities who they throw all their money into, Congress, who are public servants, never had to even worry about the public except for like maybe 5 minutes out of their day when they get escorted to somewhere and got to worry about paparazzi following them for 5 minutes when you've been in this shit for 13 years this January coming up. So, like I said, I understand how you can heal somebody, because if you are high frequency, as even the books talk about that I gave, you can pinpoint where it is. Some, like a sickness, you can likely, if you're on the higher frequency, you can pull it out and make it dissipate. And it's not even healing. All you're doing is removing it. The body or the chi would naturally fill that in with positive chi. So it started. This video started off with some freestyle. I was just trying to figure out if the Christ or the anointed one. That's why he says, "Come out of them, my people. It will destroy you." If you want to see if you want this frequency or higher, and you can feel others' energy, it's like a cancer. That's why they can't comprehend, because they all do this thing. Exactly, hopping in somebody else's energy is a violation according to the ancient teachings. They will only do that if they had like trial, and only a master would be able to do it to see if the person was lying. But you're not supposed to do that shit with the God. That's why, once again, the Awakened Aura says, "Oh yeah, do you ever have somebody's thought process? You start to have their characteristics. You start to adopt their way of thinking." And like I said, you don't know if somebody's negative or somebody's positive So you may be absorbing toxic energy and polluting your shit, and therefore by the next year, 1 to 3 years, you're going to see yourself acting like that same energy when before you started to work, you probably didn't act that way. Return to Dark Side of the Candle.